Alright, welcome back everyone. This is going to be game number 12 for tonight's SC2SEA.com King of the Hill. It's going to be YYJ versus Kobo at TVP. Man, we're having a lot of TVPs tonight. And it's going to be on Lost Temple. YYJ currently 5-0 or 6-0, one of the two. He's going really well tonight, even though he's apparently baked off his brains. So, let's see how he goes in this one. We're going to be having...
Yeah, this is... Sorry, you keep going.
It's going to have Kobo spawning at 12 o'clock here on Lost Temple, and we're going to have YYJ spawning at the 3 o'clock position with lots of lag with everyone alt-tabbing in and out. I don't know what's going on there, but... God.
A bit of lag.
Way to ruin my train of thought. Nah.
As much as I was talking about before, he's just lagging out now. But I was going to say, yeah, I find TVP really interesting to watch anyway, so I'm definitely not complaining about the amount of TVPs we've had tonight. YYJ putting up a surprisingly solid, but he's just throwing together these scrappy games and somehow manages to come out on top every time. It's quite bizarre. But it looks like Nirvana's actually going to completely lag out here, so we have about another... Oh, no, there we go, he finally leaves, that's good.
Oh my god, so, Shocker, how would you know that bar? That's... yes, it is actually the dub I was talking about.
Oh, there we go. Some guy just you're like, yeah, no, Queensland bar, lots of Norwegians. It's like, boom, it's this place. I know every bar in the state. What a bowler, man. Shocker 88. Damn.
Yeah. It's pretty much the bar to go to after 3 a.m. But anyway, oh, wow.
There's no proxies at all for me to play. Kobo chucking down the standard 9 pylon, choosing not to scout at the 9 pylon, so he's going to be, going a bit more economy heavy. I think he feels like YYJ is the kind of player that wouldn't proxy him, and so far he's absolutely correct. YYJ chucking down the 10 supply depot, most likely going to go for the standard 12 barracks as well. We'll have to see Kobo's gateway timing here. It could be 12, 13 or 14. None would surprise me, but we've just got to get past this boring start of the game phase.
Yeah, we were just talking about random stuff, and I was thinking, all right, we've stopped talking, and then, no, Nirvana had to lag for 30 seconds, so we just awkward and silence.
Yeah, that's just it does, doesn't it? It adds that extra 40 seconds of awkward at the start. You've got nothing to say like that. We've already talked about Y squared to the June, Jizzy. Any other cool name? That just seems like a cool name to make nicknames out of, man. But anyway, we've got Kobo now throwing down the assimilator, so no sort of funky 2-gate stuff right off the bat. Going for a normal tech build, most likely going to throw down a pylon at 16 and then a cybernetics core to follow that up. We've got the normal barracks timing, and the normal refinery timing from YYJ. And we'll likely see a 15 orbital command to follow that up, as well as a marine to hopefully fend off. I think Kobo's scout being late will actually not get the chance to get inside YYJ's base at all.
Yeah, I really like how... Wait, hang on. I'm confused. What are you talking about? What? How is he not going to be able to get in the scout? He needs to put
there's going to be a marine out in time.
Oh, yeah, God. I'm talking to too many people at once. Yeah, true. And the supply depot's there anyway, so we can't get in anyway. Okay, I'm back on track. It's okay. I'm here again.
Let's stay back in the building. If you see something interesting is that he's getting a second marine, and I think we'll see a factory go down in about 2 seconds. 2, 1,
yep.
Factory, boom! Oh man, I'm so good at casting this game. But anyway, we see Kobo coming out with a Zealot now. Normal Zealot timing, that pretty nice timing on the Zealot. The cybernetics core finishes and the Zealot's going to pop out just in time. The about 5-second delay is probably due to his timing being a bit off with the new patch recently that actually increased the Zealot build time by 5 seconds. But you can see his Chrono boosting out that Stalker. And he actually got that second gas a little bit slower than you'd usually get that second gas if you were going for it off just one base.
Yeah, he did, because there's a second probe that was queued up for a good 10 seconds there on the Nexus, so I think it's just a little bit sloppy because of this probe and just trying to do stuff with it. Oh my god, how did he get past there? His Zealot just ran past the SCV. Not sure what's going on there, but he somehow didn't lose that probe. I like that he didn't lose that, because a lot of people just send their probe up the line and yeah, I'll scout, and then it just gets spazzed out. I know last week when I was teaching my missus how to play, she's like, what? She was clicking into the other base and was freaking out and getting upset. Why is it acting retarded and running to the side? Like they do when it's completely walled off, but... Back on track. We have a robo base. We got 2-gate robo coming here for Kobo. Warp gate research.
we actually have a factory expand, a really quick expand off of factory tech here for Yunyo Jun. You can see he skipped that reactor, and that's allowed him to still produce Marines, but not at a fast enough rate that he uses up all his minerals, which allows him to chuck down his command center nice and early. And the good thing about Lost Temple is it's actually quite a tight natural choke compared to pretty much every single other map, and the Protoss players don't really have a chance to abuse this natural cliff, so it's really easy for Terran to squeak out these early expansions on this particular map. You can see he's not even getting siege tech, and he's only on 1 gas. So I think it's a really nice adaptation to the map he's on here by Yunyo Jun, and I really like this play.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really good, really lucky on the same part that Kobo has gone for this two-gate Robo Bay rather than anything else, really, because any kind of aggression at this point would really just storm through what YYJ has. I know a lot of people, Protoss players, have been starting to send a Stalker just to run up that ramp. It takes a couple of hits from the Marauders and Marines, but it actually sees a lot of people building that command center right here. And it's kind of annoying because if you scout that, you can just transition into a 4-gate so easily and bust down this front door, because you've really got the two choice of either busting him straight away while you have the advantage since he's made that expansion, or you can go and make an expansion yourself, but you're instantly behind it because they've already started up. But it looks like Kobo has gone for the expand himself option into 3-gate Robo. I wouldn't be surprised to see a robotics bay drop down pretty much straight away.
Yeah, neither do I. I completely agree with you. The robotics wave would probably be a good idea, but we actually see something a bit different to what what most players would do as standard. A warp prism is being produced out of the robotics facility right now, which I do like the idea of drop play on these close positions. But Jesus, Yunyo Jun is like soul reading this guy. His tanks are already set up in the back of his base. Something tells me that's just a habit from Brood War and being used to defending against Reaver harass, but I have no idea, man. That's freaky. He's got his whole army in the back of his base. His front defense is a bunker, and he has 0 map control. Like, that's just, like, uncanny that he's somehow reading him that well.
Looks like we're going to see Immortal drops. Love it. Loving the Immortal drops coming.
Immortal drop was really popular back in early beta, and that kind of phased out just because it wasn't the cool thing to do anymore. It wasn't what everyone figured out. But the way that he has these supply depots separated around his base like that, whilst that is really good to spot the drops, it's also kind of a hindrance because you drop the 2 Immortals right there, and until you've seen it, until you've had to deal with it yourself, you don't realize how quickly 2 Immortals actually take down those supply depots, man. Like, you do not have time to get an army up there to stop it, and then he just picks up, and the Warp Ray is a pretty damn fast unit, it just runs away. And it's a really good harassment technique.
And if you get that speed, I think they're as fast as Phoenixes, pretty much. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, actually, I haven't seen enough people utilizing that speed, including myself. I should start.
Yeah, Nirvana versus Legionnaire on my Blip TV account. Game 2, amazing play with, like, speed, Warp Prism, Immortal drops from Legionnaire, and it was amazing. But anyway.
Oh, I can imagine, like, doing that with his old Reaver micro and stuff. He'd be godly at that, actually.
He was godly.
Anyway, we have a two-pronged attack going on. I really like this. He's going to push the front, maybe as a bit of a distraction, or he's going to drop in the back as a distraction, then push the front. Yunyo Jun doing the same thing as before when he was dealing with the drops against Oxygen. He's taking his whole army to the back to deal with these 2 Immortals, and in the meantime, I really think Kobo should run in right now. Actually, no, sorry, Yunyo Jun has been smart enough to leave a tank there, so that's not going to do much, and he's forced to run away, so really well handled by Yunyo Jun.
Yeah, he did take a lot of damage on that second Immortal, but I'm really surprised that he didn't try and target fire down these tanks, because those Immortal was wrecked them really quickly. I've always been more of a fan to take out these refineries more than anything else when I do drops, because going this kind of tank play is really gas starving, especially if you want to drop some drop shits in the middle for the M&M ball as well. If you take out those refineries, it really puts Terran behind, because 9 times out of 10, they really only take that third for the gas that they need than anything else. But we do have Zealot Charge coming in, and Infernal Pre-Igniter from YYJ as well. So both these players really knowing each other really well, I think, here. Knowing each other's play styles instantly as one gets leg speed, the other one gets the same thing to exactly counter that, even though there's no real Zealots on the field at the moment for Kobo. So
what I love is the fact that Yunyo Jun is actually going pure mech. We don't see pure mech that often, if at all, in StarCraft 2, and it might not necessarily be the strongest strategy, but in a show match like this, where it's pretty much just for the fans, you know, it's King of the Hill, whatever, to do something flashy like this, I really love the fact that he's pulling this off, and I really want to see how it works out for him against Kobo.
Yeah.
It looks like Kobo now taking down the destructible rocks. We'll probably be expanding that gold pretty soon. If we have a look at the units tab, Kobo actually doing a really good job of macroing, and so is Yunyo Jun. So this is actually a really high level. This is probably the closest and highest level game we've seen tonight, guys. Kobo even up at 60 probes now, so he's really on top of building those probes. But the one thing I don't like is if you look at his natural, he's actually screwed